Hey, here's some concepts. What if I told you we're already from the future? Back to the Future?
Where'd Andrew go?
I'll share some things with you of experiences that I had when I was a child and see if you can plug these into past, present, future, or future proves past sort of perception, conception of things. When you think about vibrational speeds, when you think about timelines and timeline wars, fragments of memories that get misplaced from one timeline to the next, from the future back to the past, that kind of stuff. So I was just thinking about a few things. For example, I did this as a child. When you have a forward-looking glass, and I'm looking at my father's aeronautical engineering manuals, for example, on how they put an aircraft, what you would consider to be in contemporary terms, a modern aircraft design, right, that uses a particular form of propulsion system to travel from point A to B. And you say to yourself, okay,
So here's some bags over there.
how big is Lania Care?
Okay, here.
So imagine that
See all that?
the mind of Lania Care, which means the sum of all of its parts of consciousness, right?
You're not doing it by yourself. Rock's gonna help you. Hey, Rock.
Yeah.
If you want to work outside, you can too.
That's okay.
The
I'll
only thing we
stay
need is to grab a couple rakes.
busy.
Yeah, bro, in the back.
Distractions. Don't be surprised by
I'll
that.
have the keys to the back. I don't pull you in.
You know what I'm saying? That's sort of how it works.
What's that?
So use the exponential function
Just grab those bags. Wherever they're right there.
of information that's being transferred
And have Scott open the back shed for
between
you.
every unit of consciousness that is experiencing itself in any past, present, or future possible moment. So imagine, for example, you have a concept of an aircraft that can go from point A to point B, from one galaxy to the next, from one supercluster to the next, from one universe to the next. Okay? So you just happen to think about that, right? And you put it together on how you could do that. So if you started with an aircraft design, for example, and you realize that everybody that's in this planet that has the ability to know what it is that you know, then you put together that model, you make a production model out of it, or what's called a prototype, before you put it into mass production, and test it. How does it go? How long do you think it would take before the next model comes out? A day? About a week? Some other mind is going to think of a faster, more efficient way to put that crap together where it's using energy more efficiently to go from point A to point B across the universe, you think? So this is where we get into future proofs past. Is how long would it take to figure that out? So if it took you 1,000 years, then now you're in the future, so you can bring that back to the past. Can't you? Because you figured out how to go that fast.
Hey, Justin.
What's that time? So now we get into the sum of its parts. It is communicating with each other. So one of the things that I did earlier was I thought about the mind of Lania Kea, the state of awareness of Lania Kea. How much is it aware of? So if it's aware of everything that's happening throughout an entire supercluster at any one given moment of time, then how fast can we advance what is already in place that it's aware of in the next moment, the next week, or the next parsec? You see? So one of the reasons that I said that is because I was watching Dr. Robert O. Young, who is a brilliant medical guy, who talked about the pH miracle, electrons being an electrical appliance, right? I've talked about that. So one of the things I thought to myself is, if everybody knew this and had this information just as common sense, common knowledge, everybody's running 8.4, right? Then imagine what it would be like when everybody's running that kind of energy, because now they have the knowledge. They have the knowledge on how to run the most powerful electrical unit, right, as biotech, because that's what he's teaching. He knows how this works. conductivity, electrons, and the functionality of everything that functions off electrical current and magnetic light amplification to produce what? Biotechnology that is really a communications platform that's connected to a network. And that network is a cosmic network. So I thought to myself, this knowledge was known hundreds of millions of years ago. It had to be. How come it wasn't experienced 100 years ago, 10,000 years ago? Why is it we're just now learning about it now? And why is it so few people know about this? Right? So one of the titles of his videos was Back to the Future. Bang! We're from the future. We recovered our past, the pieces of the past that we put together to realize what happened. We had to recover our memories. You see how that works? The fragments are coming together of what was lost from the original blueprint that was put together that we were all aware of. Future proofs past, baby. We love you, Gaia. Thank you so much for everything that everybody does here that lives in the light of what love is. Bye.